Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another scene set in Darkness in Dublin, a Vampire the Masquerade venue. And tonight we once again set the scene at the Leaf restaurant, Francis's chosen refuge of catering and pleasure, as he is invited the Primogen to a private meal, of which they can discuss business. One of which is going to involve me opening my Google Drive right now, because I haven't done it because I'm lazy.
Yeah, love you anyway.
Thank you.
Katya's arriving directly from another meeting. Though she did take the time to change her clothes, as she didn't feel like wearing her signature baby pink suit. Not to this. This isn't a formal meeting, so.
I might need the guest list. I don't think I have it.
Okay, I will send you the link. Okay, link sharing is on. Where's my link? Come on. There you go, dear.
Thank you.
By the way, my two that were on my part of the guest list are now dead. So.
Yeah.
But Katya would approach the restaurant wearing her usual, a black cocktail dress. Not super dressed up this evening. Taking an
Francis.
umbrella from her blood sibling Castiel as she gets out of the car. Because it's probably raining, because, well, it's Ireland. When isn't it raining?
During the summer, just ask Evan. Francis is waiting by the door. He is also dressed up. In a way that I can only describe as fancy casual.
His usual ostentatious
He's a
casual dress.
toreador. Yeah, he's a toreador. He has basically like a red linen jacket with a swirling pattern and a bright almost glossy white shirt. And just kind of black trousers, jeans. And he will approach. He'll offer to take your umbrella.
She will hand him the umbrella. There is two different things about her attire this evening. Two things that Francis hadn't seen before. A black rose pin pinned to the breast of her cocktail dress, and a gray metal rose ring with a ruby set into the center of it.
Francis notes this and pays attention to how everybody seems to be emulating his clan nowadays. Feels good, man.
Funny enough, they were gifts.
But yeah, no, he'll say, "Good evening, Katja.
Good
How are
evening,
you?"
Francis.
Well, actually, no, I shouldn't ask how you are. We just saw each other a night ago.
I'm getting there. Just left a meeting with Miss Monroe.
Oh, how did that go? I noticed you were awfully terse with her the other evening.
Not that it wasn't deserved. But we've worked out our differences.
I'm very glad to hear that.
Actually, he may recognize the black rose pin if he paid attention to what Connor wore to social events, as he always had it on his lapel.
Oh, fair enough. Francis isn't going to note it, though. He's not going to speak of it. I can only hope your clan feels the same way.
Hardly. I'm sure they probably still want her dead.
That is a crying shame.
Then again, I haven't seen most of them since I handed Aishar's sword to Lord Stalheim.
No, they seem conspicuously absent at all times. Apart from that one Mestina, but she hasn't been seen since.
Romania.
Yes, well, I haven't seen her since Waterford, but yes.
She was with us on the trip to Romania.
Alas, you are more than enough for me, I think. Would you like to come in? We have we've just established a new menu.
Oh. I would be glad to. I always do enjoy sitting down for a meal with you. You know that, Francis.
Likewise, and he'll lead you in, and the waiter will greet you same as they did before. They'll sit you down. They pull up the chairs for both you and Francis, and they go and get you something to eat. They get you a menu. There's a different menu. They rattle off some ostentatious recommendations and something about Chardonnay, which is fancy wine that I have no idea how to appropriately word because it's normally a long list of words, and I know but one of them. So they are more fancy than me. But
Katya would order something she probably hasn't tried before, as she tends to like trying new things rather than getting the same old. Except when it comes to her whiskey, that she prefers to remain consistent.
Francis, for his part, orders something new. May as well sample what is new, given how short one's life can be within Dublin.
Right?
And he gets some white wine to drink.
She would probably also order wine. She generally only orders whiskey if she's trying to drown something out. And when she's with Francis, she doesn't particularly want to do that, so.
So, Katja, what of Tremere's future?
Heavens if I know, I haven't. As I said, I've not heard anything from Lord Stalheim since I delivered him Lord Aishar's sword. And the news of Morpheus's wish for the trophy boon. He took that much better than I expected.
I can only presume he is planning various chess moves to compensate. But in any case, regarding our future, I believe we have celebrations to plan.
We do.
Take the liberty of downloading the guest list onto my phone.
Oh, I've done the same. It's funny. I haven't had long to get used to these things, but I've picked up rather quickly, I think.
We have quite a list. I'm just curious as to whether there's anybody else we wish to invite. It may be wise to invite Lord Mithras. Not because I believe he will accept, of course, because it would be rude not to send him an invitation at all.
I suppose you are right about that. I will note that down. How is the other situation going?
With
A certain other prince?
undetermined.
It's not good.
I'd rather not discuss it if that's acceptable to you.
Of course.
I was just curious as to whether we had, well, if there was anyone else to invite due to all the changes that occurred within the city since we created this list. I don't think there really is. Maybe Primogen Derek, perhaps. Primogen Bond would be more appropriate.
Indeed, Bond.
I don't believe. I suppose it depends who has your favor. Is ultimately what this is, an expression of favor. After all, one can always attain an invite if they pull the right strings or pay the right price.
It's funny. Most of those I would have given my favor are gone now. So, and the only other person in the city who has my favor is already going to be attending. She reaches across the table and kind of takes his hand.
Oh, he'll take her hand, give it a little squeeze, because she's obviously upset. And, yeah.
But yes, for my part, I don't think there's anyone that I would put on the list personally. I had 3 other people that I was truly close to, and they're each gone now, so.
Gonna look at her, because I'm a dick.
Oh god. Why you gotta do this to me?
I mean, I'm just, doing Toreador things is fine. I guess 6 successes. What do you know? Wow, that's weird. That doesn't normally happen on all specs rolls. No, my diff isn't free. So tell me all about Catcher's
Oh
feelings.
god.
And has she eaten anyone?
She has not eaten anyone.
That's sad.
Sad is one of the big contributors to her aura right now. Sad, depressed. Though there is still, the little pinpricks of blue because she is around Francis.
That's right.
But aside from that, it's overwhelmingly just sadness and depression at the moment.
Okay, Francis notes that. So you won't bring up Sebastian right now.
Sebastian?
Yeah, so not Sebastian. Fucking Connor.
No, yeah.
Why do I keep calling him Sebastian?
I don't know.
I think, was that his real name?
No, Fabian.
Fabian was his real name. Why do I keep calling? Never mind. I'm losing my mind here.
Couldn't tell you, dear.
Well, Francis will just go, I can't really think of anybody else who has my favor. I would love all of Clan Toreador to be there, but...
That'd be an awfully long get-in free list.
Well, I believe the only other Toreador active would be Charlotte, to be honest.
What about that new one? Madeline.
Don't know her well enough, to be honest. I've met her once and, well, I've met her once. It's part of a problem.
Oh.
I haven't seen her here nor there. It's very odd. Do need to speak of her at some point, though.
I was going to say, there is more than one other Toreador in the city, aside from Charlotte.
Well, Primogen Fleur is already on the list. Katrina is already on the list.
Indeed.
And shall I rephrase it? Every Toreador of note is already on the list.
You're mean, Francis.
Words that cut like a blade come very naturally to me.
Oh, I'm well aware.
Other than Charlotte, I can't think of anyone really. Other than Prince Hennessy. Again, I doubt he would attend, but...
He is already on the list. Him, Delano. Lord Stalheim. Though I certainly don't expect him to show up.
No, but he may.
Actually, there is one person I'd like to put on the list.
Oh?
Sketcher.
Ah, yes, Sketcher. Hmm. Yes, I think Sketcher would actually be quite... be quite fitting.
Yes.
I don't know him too well, but he would be... I believe it would be fair to extend him the olive branch.
He's a sweet boy. Quiet, but
So, Sketcher...
I do suppose we need to get a real name for him.
Yes, I suppose we do. I suppose that is something Nosferatu can handle themselves, so it's their niche.
Very true.
But no, I don't believe there would be anyone else. I suppose...
We should also settle on a theme.
Yes, we do need to settle on a theme.
I almost feel like something to do with victory is a fitting theme given recent events.
I have a few ideas. A few ideas for a theme: divinity, romance, gothic.
All good ideas.
I suppose divinity would be the most victorious of them all, but, well...
Actually, the new Salubri Primogen. Would it not be appropriate to extend the olive branch, so to speak?
To...
Oh, you haven't met him yet, have you? I believe you
Remind me.
said his name was Anariel?
Oh, well, I suppose we could invite the newest Primogen. I suppose we could do that. Although, I'm more concerned of the implications it would have for yourself.
True. But they're a clan now. And I don't assume that Lord Stalheim would risk breaching the masquerade in such a vulgar way.
Did the Camarilla really ever stop the Venture and the Bruja beating each other over the head?
This is true. I suppose I'll leave it up to you then.
I think you're right. I think it would make a fine extension of the olive branch. And I'm also very interested in how he'll take to whatever theme we decide upon.
Indeed. There. Add it to the list.
The rest, within my clan and without, well,
They will just have to pay their way in.
or in a display of power, invite themselves.
True.
I'm also have to write a speech. Oh, I do despise speeches. I'm not so bad at rehearsed ones, but I'm not very good at off the cuff. Off the cuff oratory. It's never been a specialty of mine.
Don't tell me I have to write one too.
Can coordinate a man to his objective, but not so much to inspire him to actually do so. But yes, we may both need speeches, some manner of introduction, celebration.
Ugh. You're not the only one who despises writing. Speeches are simply not my forte.
Well, we can suffer together, I suppose. There's one thing Kindred are very good at.
Indeed.
I will also find. Oh no, there is a Toreador. No, there is one I absolutely must invite.
Oh.
Frederick. Is Frederick on the list? No, Frederick must be invited.
Do we have a last name?
If Francis knows it, he'll give it to you, but I have completely forgotten.
Okay.
He might be on the Rogues Gallery, he might not. Let me check.
I don't think he is. I think the only ones that are in the Rogues Gallery are Hennessy, Thrain.
Yeah, there's only 6. There's Delano, there's Hennessy, there's Frame, De Medici, Obsidian Lantern, and Phobos.
Yeah.
So no. That is fine though.
We'll pester Evan about it later once he wakes up.
Yeah.
There. Hopefully that'll be it.
I believe it is.
Continuing to remember people that should be on there.
Yes, I should not have done this halfway, and well, we're seeing the consequences of that rollout right now, aren't we? But I do believe that is honestly all. There is. No,
She's kind of just stroking his hand with her thumb.
He rubs back. It's a fumble. I believe that is all. Anybody else either I don't believe will be particularly interested, such as Brightman.
Hmm.
Or simply, again, are deserving of it. I may be willing to have her make certain offers to certain individuals. Should be interesting.
Now we must think of themes.
Yes. Well, I know my three. Any from yourself? Victory is difficult.
Yes, I do like the divinity idea.
Yes, divine, regal. I believe those would be.
I suppose I'll have to rethink my outfit. Black may not be fitting.
I'm quite curious what Morpheus thinks about all this.
Hmm.
Dressing up
He
like
was
gods when you are yourself one. Well, I suppose this makes Lord Mithras job very easy now, doesn't it?
if he shows up. It almost seems like it would be beneath him.
Perhaps not. But if you wish to go with divinity, then
Hmm. Could go with something related to my namesake. Because Frances knows her real name.
yeah, what's her real name again? I don't have it written
Apollonia.
down. Pardon?
Apollonia. She was named after Apollo.
Hmm. Suppose you could. That would be. That would be
Almost
quite.
ironic.
Not ironic, poetic.
The one
Ironic
thing
would
that
be self-critical.
we can't tolerate. The sun. Kind of frowns a little bit at the mention of sun.
I believe that is Lord Mithras' niche.
It is also the niche of Apollo.
Well, feel free. Tis not I you are competing with.
Ugh, sunlight, though.
Well, You know, we
Recently
can't
had a
let go
rather
here.
nasty run-in.
Nasty run-in with what? Who?
One of the mages brought a lantern that shed sunlight.
Well,
At
I'm
least
glad I
that's
wasn't
certainly
there for
what it
that.
felt like.
Well, from what little I know of the Mage Eye, they can do many things.
And given this particular person's affiliation among them. God damn it, BRB. Okay, I'm back. It was a wrong number. Given the specific, I suppose, sect of mages she comes from, I'm not surprised. After all, she very nearly probably would have killed me later that evening.
Well, I am sincerely glad she didn't.
As am I.
Obviously, I'm trying to find something suitably frilly for Francis right now, and I just can't find anything relating to divinity, and all of the gothic ones are for women. Whereas my frilly male outfit? Give me my male frills.
Would you like me to find you something?
Yes.
Okay, I will find you something.
You'll find Francis's outfit. So God knows I can't.
There. Pat, pat.
Yes, sorry, divinity or gothic?
I like both. Both could certainly be fun.
Gothic's more aligned with our nature. Divinity's slightly more uplifting.
I suppose it depends on what you're in the mood for. Rich red brocades or light white and gold taffeta.
I'll flip a coin for Francis's thoughts, see where his opinion lies. Heads for divinity, tails for gothic. It's heads, so it's divinity. Okay. I think divinity. Ooh. Holiness and sacrilege. I like that. Yes.
Oh.
That will do quite well, I think. That will.
One of us could do the sacrilege and the dark side, and the other can dress in the light and divine.
Yes, I think that works fantastically. But will you be the devil to my angel, or vice versa?
I suppose I'll leave that up to you. What do you think? Am I an angel or a devil.
Definitely a devil.
Oh, and yet here you are the one tempting me.
To the light, of course.
She kind of runs a finger along his jaw. Dinner was lovely.
I hope it was.
Not as lovely as the company, of course.
Well, I only tolerate... Well, that's not true. I was going to say I only tolerate the best company. But unfortunately, I can't say that is true. I've had very unpleasant company.
You are the seneschal, after all.
Yes, unfortunately, I no longer have the privilege of being able to spend all of my time with you anymore.
No, unfortunate, but a few stolen moments is well worth it.
A sweet taste to a dull series of affairs. You will even give her a kiss at that.
She would kind of move around the table because there is a table between them, so.
Yes.
And she would come over and sit on his lap.
Well, I think we've made absolutely wonderful progress this evening. He says, as he kind of wraps his arms around her waist.
As do I. We have a theme. We have a guest list nailed down. I'm not sure what other progress we could make.
Well then. I'd say I'd pick up the tab, but we both know such a thing doesn't exist. So back to yours.
Do you really want to go back to the chantry?
Good question. But you have many yours, to be fair.
True.
Although, I suppose with my new privileges, I suppose we could go anywhere. Let's go for a ride and see where we end up.
I like that. She'll lean in and kiss him.
Yeah, he kisses back, and I think as they prepare to leave and go for a drive, I think that's a good place to end the scene.
Indeed.
Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.